All right, ladies and gents, this is the second Christ Within, Buddha Within. Second session we started a month ago. I already forgot what I said as an introduction a month ago, but I think it's a safe place to start. Start with something basic, something really important. Most of you are Pemako Sangha members, and there are also a couple of people who I don't know. Welcome. But it's a good and necessary and safe place to start with the essential information that when we think of great masters like Jesus Christ or Shakyamuni Buddha or Guru Rinpoche or any of these great figures, we should remember that we also have the same potential. We have exactly the same potential. And the difference between us, each one of us here, and Jesus, Shakyamuni, Guru Rinpoche, is that they have removed their self-based confusions. They have purified their mind streams. They have removed all the dirt, junk, baggage that hides our soul, if you will. Our soul, our most basic nature, or nature of mind, like it's called in some styles of Buddhism. So that's the only difference between every one of you here and them. But within, essentially, inside, we are exactly the same. And it is the earlier today I was contemplating about the meaning of Guru Yoga, which is practiced in all lineages of Tantra, Buddhism, Hinduism, any type of Tantra I'm aware of, and also widely practiced in Christianity, actually. Turning to Jesus Christ for blessings. That is Guru Yoga. Or it is called Guru Yoga in let's say systems, traditions that started in India. So I was thinking about something really, really important about Guru Yoga, which is that in tantric traditions, in authentic lineages of tantric yoga, it is a very important point that Guru Yoga is practiced with fully enlightened masters. Whether these masters are women or men, whether they have lived 5,000 or 10,000 years ago or just last year or at present. Guru Yoga is only practiced with the so-called Mahasiddhas, Mahasiddha, fully enlightened masters who have removed all that junk, dirt from their mind stream. And I've been teaching for 13 years now, and I've always made the point that that there are basically two types of beings. Buddhism and other religions, they have their own explanations of all kinds of realms of life and ways of living and realms of existence, but there are basically two different types. And the other one is those who haven't purified their minds and those who have. So-called samsaric beings and Buddhas, or Christs. There are only two types. And of course, in the first category, there are all kinds of life forms in physical form, in non-physical form, and actually much more in non-physical form than in physical form. But it's like a vast array of all kinds of life forms, all kinds of beings. And the common denominator for these so-called samsaric beings is confusion and pain. Thinking in terms of me and you, us and them, which creates dualistic positioning, dualistic separation, and this creates suffering, because that is not the reality of things. That is not how things are when you see it with a sober mind and when you feel it with meet with without negative emotions. So Buddhas, Christs, and also practitioners, whether practitioners have a glimpse of 1 second, 5 seconds, or 10 hours glimpse into this perfect nature of mind, Buddha nature, Christ nature, Christs, Buddhas see it in a realistic way, without the mind, without the sense of I-ness, me and you, us and them, entirely without that dualistic positioning, dualistic view. So isn't it interesting that this is the only difference between fully enlightened ones and confused ones? And the reason why, what I was thinking about tantric yoga is that masters, gurus, mahasiddhas are sort of like walking sticks. When somebody gets old, old people start using walking sticks. I live in a building which is like for senior citizens, so I see walking sticks every day. But that's a perfect analogy for gurus, that they are kind of like walking sticks. They help us to go along on our journey of internal discovery, of discovering who we really are, without that self-based I, me, mine type of thinking and perceiving. So so it is a wonderful little gift what enlightened beings can offer, that second class of liberated beings, what they can offer to the rest, which is their presence. They are available, they are present to any one of us, to anybody who turns to them and asks for the blessings. Please help me with this. I have problems, I have issues, I don't really know where I am, and I want to know myself. Please help me in that, so that I may truly know myself. And then immediately we can feel the presence or the so-called blessings. The presence comes in the form of energy, like a flood of pure, clear energy, sort of like pure water under waterfall. Similarly, we can feel it, just like we can feel pure water showering on us In the same way, we can feel these blessings coming, descending into our body. And when we feel and when we kind of like communicate with it, when we receive it with our muscles, with our bones, with our body, we feel it in the head, we feel it in the heart, in the chest area, we feel it in the gut, we feel it in the arms, we feel it in the legs. There's something very deep and profound happening that moment. What is happening? We come to discover our own basic nature. We tap that potential that we have and always had. But we didn't see it. We didn't know about it. And that's because we didn't know about our basic condition is why we have suffered. Why we have been and why we are confused about who we are and what to do in life. How to enjoy life. So from my first-hand experience of many years and I don't know how many thousand hours of Guru Yoga with different masters, including Jesus Christ, I've discovered that this gift, and I can say from my own experience that it is an immense gift. But it is I wish it was better known and more widely known in the world of people today. Because suffering, confusion is so pronounced, is so strong that I don't think that, I don't think that secular practices have enough strength, have enough power to really put an end to suffering. I think that the world needs very strong medicine, such as that medicine that Jesus Christ and other Mahasiddhas, what they can give us. So this is why, I very much flag for tantric practice. I should have a little flag so that I could, like a rainbow flag or something, that I could spin it every once in a while. Yeah. But of course, it goes without saying, isn't it, that, many of, like I said, many of you are Pemako Sangha members, so you've practiced Guru Yoga the way how I teach it for some of you for years. But, think about it this way. You are now sitting in your home, in your living room, in your private bedroom, and imagine that if there was like a let's say that Jesus Christ was now alive, living in physical body. He would walk in the door to your private bedroom or living room, and he would sit next to you. And you would just sit with him. And his pure energy, his blessings that radiate automatically from somebody who's purified his or her mind stream. Just like it will when you purify your mind, it will automatically radiate from you. And people around you will get calmed down. Their minds will automatically become clear without you having to do anything. But imagine that the room where you are, if Jesus Christ was actually there, and you would just be together with him. and automatically, spontaneously, there would be the so-called transmission, direct introduction, like it's called in Tibetan Dzogchen. Direct introduction, pointing out the nature of mind. These are just traditional terms of saying that in the presence of a master, our samsaric mind subsides for some period of time. It just kind of dies down momentarily. It is also said that, masters can't really do the work for us. They cannot take our karma and make us fully enlightened just like that. But what a master can do is to lift somebody's karma. Sort of like if you think of somebody who suffers, who is confused about life, about one's own identity. It's kind of like the presence of a master kind of lifts that whole confusion of that person, so the person can, experience his or her own natural state. Kind of, feel like, this is who I am. This is who I really am. Wow, this is fantastic. But then, like I said, the master can't keep holding it up. So at some point, it will return, and that's of course where the necessity for practice is. That we have to also do work on ourselves to remove the dirt little by little. Polish, remove baggage, drop baggage, see through it, and in this way, little by little, know ourselves. But I hope that Guru Yoga, whether you call it that or not, was more practiced in the world today. It is good that 2 weeks ago on the autumn retreat, I was speaking about, I was giving a long talk about all kinds of things, and it is a good thing that during the last less than 100 years, all kinds of teachings and practices of internal practices, contemplation, meditation, yoga, all these things have come from Asia. But I think there is something crucial lacking with any type of practice that doesn't have the element of transmission. Why? Because, like I said, as you can understand, when we have our own karmic stuff, our own delusion, and then, in a sense, relatively speaking, it is fortunate that we meet somebody who has less baggage, who has had 1 awakening experience, 2 awakening experiences, 3, 4, 5, perhaps 6, 7 even. It is fortunate. It is much, much better than nothing. But even such people are not Mahasiddhas. Even such people are not fully enlightened. And there's a huge difference in hanging out in your living room on your practice cushion with, like I said, with a fully enlightened being compared to being a student of somebody who hasn't yet reached there. And this is the precise reason, and this is the foundation of tantric traditions, that you do practice Guru Yoga with somebody who is fully attained. Because the reason is really simple. Only such a person is really valid to give a transmission, is valid to point out our basic nature. Do you understand? It's not very complex. All right. So I think that is enough for introduction. We have about hour and 30 minutes, so let's spend most of that in practice. So let's begin by aligning our bodies, taking a moment to relax. You can close your eyes so it's easier to feel the insides of the body. Feeling the body is really important. Even though Dharma practice is about the mind, it always starts and ends with the body, physical body. So feel it. Relax shoulders, relax chest, so that breathing can settle into the belly and lower belly. Relax belly so that you're not tensing in the gut. You can just feel waves of relaxation washing through the body. Relaxing the body even more, layer by layer, and completely throughout. If you feel like simultaneously taking deep breaths, please do. Deepening the relaxation with each exhalation. As we relax, our posture becomes more stable and better grounded. So the body actually starts to feel more grounded. Scanning through the body, feeling the whole body at once, and or scanning through the internal cavities of the body. By cavity I mean inside of the head, inside of neck and throat, insides of shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, scanning through all the cavities of the body. Insides of chest, belly, lower part of the body, hips, thighs, lower legs and feet. Also relaxing all the joints of the body. So what we always do in the beginning of practices is that we relax, we feel the body and we relax the body thoroughly. A few minutes of this. What happens is that the mind quiets down a little bit, and that is a very useful thing to happen. You can give some special attention for quieting of the mind by relaxing the mouth area and relaxing the jaws. If you like, you can stretch the jaws open, mouth open to release tensions more thoroughly, because they do accumulate in the mouth and jaw area. So you can do that. And then relax. So when the mind does quiet down, it is easier to feel the body and see our mind, see who we are without all the mental traffic, or at least not as much traffic of thoughts. So when the mind quiets down, we can more easily recognize our most basic nature, Christ nature, Buddha nature, that is awake, mind that is very clear, clear like the sky on a cold winter day, that is also dancing with life, bristling with life, just like a rainforest, or any forest actually, bristling with life like nature itself. And that is also grounded, settled, utterly peaceful. If you feel sleepy or drowsy, I suggest that perhaps stand up for short time. What you can do is that you can shake your body like this a little bit if you feel sleepy. Shake your body, do something to wake yourself up. So practice sessions like this is not the best time for taking naps. All right, let's move on to expressing our motivation of compassion, which is also very, very important. If we look at, we all know the story of Jesus historically, and even though it's, being edited and re-edited and re-edited so much in mainstream Christianity, a point that is very clear from the teachings from the Bible is that Jesus was a very compassionate person. Compassion, bodhicitta, like it's called in Buddha Dharma. So let's express, let's cultivate, generate compassion like it's done in typical Buddhist practice in the following way. So we are aware of our own confusion or suffering and the confusion and suffering of everybody else, basically everybody else around us, everybody else who we have ever met and will meet. So this gives rise, this fact that everybody suffers and is in pain gives rise to genuine compassion. So in Buddhism we say that, express it like this: I want to attain full enlightenment, Buddhahood, Mahasiddhahood, for the sake of all beings. I am not after enlightenment only for my own sake, but for the sake of all beings. This is our motivation. And when we genuinely express it, even with one or two sentences, when there is genuineness, energy, sincerity, honesty in that expression, there will be a shift in our minds. The Christ within, Buddha within, shows up. Mind becomes clear, sober. We start feeling great. Because something very basic to our being, to our nature, is again discovered. So very powerful. Even though it might sound small and insignificant, this compassion, it is actually everything. Because that's what the Christ nature, Buddha nature is. It is sober, clear, loving, compassionate, and completely grounded. So we use this purposefully. We use this as an expression of our motivation, as a relative yogic tool, but at the same time, it is what the Christ within, Buddha within is. So we are actually aligning with our basic nature by expressing this compassionate motivation. It's a genius practice. Okay, then with love, with great love, with sincerity, utter pure sincerity of heart, I want to invite the presence and blessings of Jesus Christ. Dear Jesus, shower us with your blessings. Shower us with your blessings. Shower us with your blessings. For the sake of all beings. Feel the blessings showering through your body. Feel it. You don't need to think about it, just feel and receive. Simply feeling Jesus' presence with your physical body. No need to think about it. Although it can also be yogically analyzed, but we are not doing it now. We are just feeling, receiving, feeling Jesus' presence as if he was sitting next to us, on the armchair, on the couch, sitting next to us. Feeling his presence in our bodies, muscles, bones, heart, head, gut, limbs, and just enjoying it. Enjoying the transmission, enjoying his gift. What is really important is that we are simply with Jesus, simply being with him. stay with Jesus' presence, stay with Jesus. But let's lie down for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I'll let you know when to get up. All right, you can start getting up and back sitting. Let's continue practice. I think that already in the last session, a month ago, we chanted Namo Ishaya, which is a short, very condensed mantra for Jesus, Isha. In case you didn't, you can see the mantra Namo Ishaya in the chat window. So what we will do next is that we will chant this mantra, and during the chanting visualize how that voice, that mantra, those sounds echoes inside the cavities of the body. Sort of like when you have a house with different rooms, sort of like you walk into the bedroom and chant mantra there, then you come out from the bedroom to the living room, chant mantra there, fill the whole living room with the sounds of it, then walk to the next room, fill that room, and so on. In the same way, filling the headspace, chanting the mantra in the headspace, inside the neck, in the neck space, in the heart space, inside shoulder, inside arm, inside the whole arm from to fingers, and going through the whole body, all cavities of the body while chanting. So let's do this. Let's chant like a couple of minutes, and during those minutes, go through the whole body. Chanting Jesus' name, inviting His presence, His blessings with love, sincerely. All right, and then let's begin. Namo Ishaya, 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 Namo Ishaya. Then just feel. Now that we are still in tune with Jesus, Isha, and we have some time left, I would also like to ask, together with Jesus, the blessings of Krishna and Guru Rinpoche, all three together. Namo Krishnaya, Namo Guru Rinpoche, Namo Ishaya. Yeah, thank you so much. Krishna, Isha, Rinpoche, thank you. May our blessings spread far and wide to all sentient beings, and especially to all human beings, to give them peace and clarity of mind. And let's chant, may all beings be free 3 times. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings also be happy and healthy. And then dedication. May all beings receive my accumulated merit. I dedicate the merit to the refuge and to all sentient beings. Then joining hands.
Contrast came when Krishna came into the room of the different energies was really, really it was different. And it's not that one was better than the other; they were just actually different, you know. And it was just like a light switch, you know, when you mention Krishna and the concept of Krishna being in the room, Guru Rinpoche, but Krishna especially, the energy for me was a much lighter, brighter, and I just started laughing, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, it was lovely, but it was all lovely. It was just the Isha was very much golden, mellow, bright light, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was lovely, lovely. Thank you.
Krishna is like the sweet desert. Desert? This dessert? How do you say?
Yeah,
Dessert. Not a desert. Dessert.
yeah.
Sweet desert.
This session was so blissful for me. But when you asked about the blessings of Guru Rinpoche and Krishna, the bliss just went away in a second, really. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. That's good. That's
Uh,
good also.
all my limbs were in bliss, especially limbs, yeah, and
Ah.
just click and bliss went away. I think it's about it's because of Guru Rinpoche. I think he has this clear,
Yeah.
sober blessings. Yeah.
Yeah. When he comes about, the party is over. It's time to sober up when he shows up.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
But that's also like I've talked about this many times before, that you know, if and when we have junk in the system, our own stuff, and then if you start practicing with these masters from Hindu tradition, you end up with gross bliss, right? Those grosser forms of bliss, ananda. So it is kind of genius to, in a sense, it's kind of genius to practice both Guru Rinpoche and Krishna or Jesus, because there's the sobering effect while also the blissful effect, the subtlemost bliss, which is different from the grosser ones. So it's a nice way of doing it.
What we did together this night made me understand from inside that this energy of Jesus Christ is always there, but we are not most of the time. There was a very clicking moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we do get distracted. And the answer is not to practice concentration. The answer is not to stay concentrated. We just have to find a way to not be distracted. Michael?
Yeah, I've been focusing on bodhicitta the last few days, like you mentioned in your email. And normally, when I've called Jesus during Guru Yoga a number of times, and it's a nice quality, but it always felt quite almost like heavy and powerful. I was amazed by how clear he was this time.
By what? What it was this time?
Very clear.
Clear.
Like it was like very clear with a softness on the edges instead of being just kind of heavy-less. I really enjoyed that.
Great. Yeah, these discoveries these are really the discoveries about our own basic nature. But when we practice tantric guru yoga, we make the discoveries through the presence of the guru. So we might be, and we do experience the guru, few months go by and a year or two goes by, and we feel the presence. We discover different tastes of the guru, but these are really tastes of our own. Yeah, but it's a nice journey to make. Alrighty, people, thank you for this session, and enjoy the rest of the day.